Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about the NBA Finals matchup between the Golden State Warriors of the Western Conference and the Boston Celtics of the Eastern Conference. This is a very good matchup. The Boston Celtics have a great defense, and the Golden State Warriors offensively are great, so I think this is a great matchup. So yeah, let's talk about it. Now let's talk about each team's path to the finals. Let's start off with the Boston Celtics. Now, the Boston Celtics played the Brooklyn Nets in the first round, and most people consider the Brooklyn Nets to be really one of the best 7 seeds of all time, really. But it just didn't pan out, and the Brooklyn Nets end up getting swept. Moving on to the next round, the Celtics would take on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks did not have Chris Middleton, and the Celtics won this series in 7 games, despite Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jrue Holiday balling out. Then in the Eastern Conference Finals, they would play the Miami Heat, who I thought would actually go to the finals, but it just didn't work out. That Game 7 was a heartbreaking loss for Miami. Jimmy Butler carried, and yeah, the Celtics had back-to-back 7-game series, and now they're in the finals. Some people may have the argument that the Celtics shouldn't be here because Chris Middleton was injured in the second round and Milwaukee would have won. You can make that argument, but this is no time for what ifs. We're going to make some predictions. Now, the Golden State Warriors are a very deep team, and I did not think they were going to make the finals. I did not expect them to make a deep run, but I really should have known, especially with their offensive output. With Stephen Curry, I don't even have to explain that. Best point guard in the game. Klay Thompson, he's really been impressive coming back from that injury, or multiple injuries really. Jordan Poole cementing himself as a rising star in this league, and he is the future of the Golden State Warriors franchise. Then we got all-star starter Andrew Wiggins, and when Andrew Wiggins gets hot, he's very dangerous. Also, Kevon Looney has really impressed me a lot this series. You also got Draymond Green, of course. He's especially valuable on the defensive end. Also, Gary Payton II coming back for the series. He was injured in the Memphis series by Dillon Brooks. James Wiseman is, of course, out. Also, Moses Moody, the cum bucket, Jonathan Kuminga. This team is stacked. They beat the Denver Nuggets in 5 games in the first round, led by Nikola Jokic. Then in the second round, they would take down the Memphis Grizzlies in 6 games, but they had a game where they were down by 50 when the Grizzlies didn't even have John Morant for that game, and it was very shocking. But that was the only time the Golden State Warriors had played like shit in these playoffs. And it's really because every time this Golden State Warriors team has lost, it's not because they've played like shit, it's because they've just been outplayed. Now, in the Western Conference Finals, they took on the Luka Doncic-led Dallas Mavericks, and they would win this series in 5 games. Now, they will take on the Boston Celtics, of course, in the NBA Finals. Now, this is especially an interesting matchup because when you look at the defensive ratings for these playoffs, the Boston Celtics are ranked second behind the Milwaukee Bucks. But for offensive ratings, the Golden State Warriors are ranked first. So this really goes to show that this is a very even matchup. The Boston Celtics, of course, defensively, they got the Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart. The Golden State Warriors, my issue for them is on the defensive side of the ball. I really don't think they can stop Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum has been great in these playoffs, except for a couple of games. But I really don't think they have that matchup, someone who can guard Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum is going to dominate in these finals. Jaylen Brown, I think Golden State really needs to attack the ball on Jaylen Brown because Jaylen Brown has had trouble handling the ball during these playoffs, and that is why Gary Payton II coming back is so valuable for this Golden State Warriors team. Now, game 1 in San Francisco, I got the Warriors winning this one. This is their first time in the finals since the 2018-2019 season when they lost to the Kawhi Leonard-led Toronto Raptors. So you know that this home crowd is going to be wild. I know that Jason Tatum is going to go off because I feel like the Warriors, they really don't have anyone that can contain him. I could totally see Jason Tatum averaging 30 points per game in these playoffs. But I think Stephen Curry will have a great performance in this game. The Golden State Warriors are really good at home, as you've seen in these playoffs. That's why I'm going to actually take them in game 2 as well, in a nail biter too. I think Jaylen Brown will have a 30-point game. Why do I think that? It's just completely random, really. It's really hard to predict a game-by-game type of thing and really predict a player's stats when you really don't know the whole situation. You don't know the game plan, so it's really just tossing it up. Game 3, the Celtics fans are going to be wild because this is their first time in the finals since 2010 when they lost to the Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol Lakers. So they are going to be wild. This is going to be a great crowd, sold out. The Celtics will win this one. And it'll be a close game too. But the Golden State Warriors will steal one for game 4. Game 5 in San Francisco, the Celtics will steal one there. And then game 6, the Golden State Warriors will close it out and win the NBA Finals. And the Finals MVP will finally go to Stephen Curry. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.